Hi, my name's Jeff. This is my horse, Finn. He's a 9-year-old Arab gelding that I picked up a little over 2 weeks ago. Him and I were doing a special little training this time. I'm going to end up selling him at the end of this training that I'm doing with him, but I wanted to take advantage of having a brand new horse that's unstarted and untouched to demonstrate the methods that I use, the teaching techniques, the things that I picked up along the way since I was a little kid, from parents, from family members, from friends, from other trainers that I've watched and learned from. I wanted to be able to demonstrate the different things that can happen, that go on, that you go through when you train a horse. It's not something that's just cut and dry, easy, simple, straightforward. There's always dips and dives and turns along the way. There's a lot of learning abilities and I don't know what you'd say, opportunities, I think would be the best word. And as a trainer, I've been training since I was 12 years old. Really got serious about it about 15, 20 years ago. I've trained probably 200 plus different kinds of horses, every single breed, from Arabs like him to quarter horses to Friesians to Percherons, even little halflingers and ponies. And what I've learned along the way is that every single horse is completely different. Regardless of the method, the techniques you use, there's always something that I learn from every single horse that I train. He is the 6th Arab that I've trained this summer, and the previous 3 or 4 were pretty calm, fairly mellow. They were still high strung at times, still could get out of town. They didn't really throw too many big fits, but I trained them a certain way because it worked really well for them. I had some learning lessons and some curves with them that I had to figure out, and that's going along the same lines with this guy. I've been thinking a lot this whole entire weekend about what happened to him on Saturday. Nothing was terrible, nothing was ugly like I've publicized I would be showing, the good, the bad, and the ugly. It wasn't great. I didn't like the reaction, the response that I got, and I did that same thing with those 5 and didn't really get anything major. But with him, he's different, and I should have realized that and recognized it earlier. Would he still have done it if I would have prepared him for 5 years? It's possible. Some horses just have that in them. But going forward and moving on, I was able to learn a valuable lesson. I thought about his reactions the whole entire day and what he was going through and the responses he was trying to tell me. And I kind of feel like I failed just a little bit in my training with him so far, not within the actual training and the techniques, just with the time and the teaching. Because I'm wanting to do this video, and this video it's a little bit tougher to be able to articulate what I'm doing, to be able to explain how I train. Because if you've grown up around horses and you know about horses and you trained, like I said, at least 100 to 200 plus, you don't really realize or understand all the nuances to every single horse. And I forgot about that. I forgot that he was his own special horse. He had his own methods and techniques that he needed to use, and it bothered me a lot that I allowed myself to do that. So those who are learning to train horses, those who are just trying to pick up a few tips and ideas, take my lesson that I learned and really apply it. That we as humans, we are prone to mess ups. We are prone to mistakes, just like horses. You can do everything perfect and you still might get that occasional whatever they want to throw. But going forward and moving on with him and learning from him, he's very sensitive and he's very, very intelligent. And with him, I have to make sure that I don't move as fast as I moved with those other ones this summer, that I break it down into a lot smaller steps. Have I had success with certain things? Oh yeah. Just because they throw a fit, does that mean they're going to do it again? More than likely not, especially if you do things right. But what I'm going to do is this week just back up and find the hole. Find where his acceptance wasn't quite where I wanted it to be, because it's according to his timeline, and a lot of times we forget that it's not our timeline. So I'm going to find where the hole was and really train that hard. Really get after the corrections that need to be made, because I can guarantee you that I learned valuable lessons from this experience, and I'm hoping he did too, and I'm hoping you all who are watching were able to gain something from it as well. Um, didn't get a whole lot of response about all the other training videos and doing the different things with him. A lot of people commented, but not really any interest yet. But man, when a horse bucks, whew, that the internet horse trainers, they really come out, which is fine. I was able to learn and take some of the comments, and that's good too. Am I going to apply all of it? Probably not, because I'm here with him every day and I see all the different things that he goes through and his personality and attitudes. But I always encourage the comments. I encourage advice because I love learning and I will learn from anybody. I used to coach in college, and I would listen to the very, very beginners, and I'd listen to the expert Olympic level coaches, and I learned from both. Um, I learned a lot from him this weekend, just from overanalyzing and really going over and thinking about what I did and what he did. And mistakes happen. Horses do things sometimes. People do things. But moving forward, I learned a lot more things. I learned better how to accommodate what he needs, and that's a really good thing. If you're so stuck in your ways, whether you have trained for 40 years and you know everything, or you've trained for a year and you don't know anything but you think you do, I would encourage learning, because this is a very good experience for me. I learned from my mistake. I learned from his reaction to my mistake, and moving forward, I will be doing it differently. Will I still make mistakes? Will he? Will he always understand what I'm asking for? Will I understand what he's asking for? No, there's probably going to be a few more, but we need to prepare ourselves and our horses to the best of our abilities. And if they make those mistakes still, then so be it. Then we learn more about our horse and what they need in order to fix those mistakes and be better and be contributing horses to society, be contributing horses for people that want to go out and just experience a fun trail ride, experience reining, cutting, team penning, dressage, any of those disciplines. It's our job as a trainer to create the best possible outcome and the best well-rounded horse. So, like I said, I was able to learn from this weekend, and I hope my lesson is also able to teach others, especially those who are really trying to learn how to be great trainers and how to really listen when when your horse is talking with their body. So I'm going to do a little bit of extra groundwork and some basics with him. It's pretty much the same thing that we went over the whole entire week, but tune in, watch. If you got anything that got good out of it, let me know, and we'll move on.